I stirred my coffee, avoiding his gaze, but he noticed anyway. "You're staring again," my stepdad said, sharp and cold. "Planning your escape?" I swallowed. I was just thinking. Mother cleared her throat, her fingers tight on. "The napkin?" "Don't mind him," she said softly, like I was invisible. "Don't mind him," he repeated, eyes narrowing. "You hear that, kid? Even your own mother doesn't take you seriously." I said nothing. Words stuck in my throat, but the sting made my chest tighten. "Breakfast is getting cold," he said. "Maybe that's good, might toughen you up." I wanted to tell him to shut up, wanted to throw the toast at him, but I didn't. I never did. Instead, I sipped the coffee, bitter like my morning. Mother glanced at me, hesitant. "You should eat, honey." "I'm fine," I muttered. "You're not fine," he snapped. "Look at you. Weak. I don't know why she bothers." He gestured at Mother, smirking. "All that effort and for what? A boy who can't even face me properly." I froze. Weak. I hated that word. I tried, but he cut me off. "No excuses. Don't you think you can just sit there and grow up without proving yourself?" Mother's fingers tightened around her coffee cup. She looked at me, eyes full of something I couldn't name, sadness, fear, maybe both. "Mom," I started. "Don't." Her voice was soft but firm. "Let him talk." I felt small, trapped under his shadow. Under the weight of his superiority, after a long silence, he leaned back, satisfied. "Figures. Silence. That's all you're good for." I clenched my fists under the table, listening to my own heartbeat. I wanted to scream. I wanted to disappear. Later, I walked to school, my backpack heavy. But not with books, my thoughts weighed more. I pulled out my phone and typed a message to Liam Me. "You awake?" "Liam?" "Yeah. Why?" "Me. Need to vent." "It's bad this morning, Liam?" "Spill it," I exhaled, staring at the pavement. Me. He was like always humiliating me. Mom just lets it happen. "Liam, that's messed up." Me. I hate it too, but I don't know what to do." "Liam, you'll figure it out. You always do. Don't let him see you break." I smiled faintly at the text. "Thanks, man," I whispered aloud. It felt better hearing it, even if only for a second. At school, I couldn't focus. Every word from him replayed in my mind. Weak, silent, invisible. "Hey, you okay?" Mia asked as I sat down at lunch. "Yeah, fine," I said, forcing a smile. "You don't look fine," she said, eyebrow raised. "Something happened this morning?" I hesitated, then shook my head. "Stuff at home." Didn't press further, but her concern made me feel seen. Just a little later in class, I doodled in the margin of my notebook, trying to think of a way out. Not just out of the classroom, but out of his shadow, out of the constant judgment. Every drawing, every line, felt like a small act of rebellion. At the bus stop, I called Liam. "I can't keep letting him, I know," Liam interrupted. "You're stronger than you think, though. You don't see it yet, but you will." "I don't feel strong. You will. Just survive. One day you'll turn it around." I hung up, staring at the asphalt beneath my feet. Could I really survive him? Every day felt like walking through a storm I couldn't escape. At home, the evening was worse. Dinner felt like a trial. "Pass the salt," he commanded. I did, silently. "Slow," he said, watching me carefully. "Is that how you do everything? Half-hearted? Mother didn't intervene?" "Not once." I felt my throat tighten. "I don't," she said again. That word was like a barrier. "Stop. Don't fight. Don't exist." I retreated to my room afterward, slammed the door, and flopped onto the bed. I pulled out my journal. "Dear Journal, I'm tired of being weak. I hate that I let him make me feel this small. I hate that Mom doesn't stop him. I hate that I don't know what to do, but I will figure it out. I have to." I closed it, feeling a strange mixture of anger and hope. Maybe one day I could be bigger than him, stronger. Maybe one day I wouldn't feel trapped. For now, I whispered to myself, I have to survive. I have to. CHP.2, I didn't expect him to do it, but I should have. You didn't get it? I asked, voice tight. What are you talking about? My stepdad leaned against the doorway, casual, like I was overreacting. My scholarship application. I said, I sent it 2 weeks ago. Mr. Grant said he'd support me, but now he says it's too late. Too late? He smirked. I never said that. Yes, you did. You told him I wasn't serious about it. He shook his head. I don't remember saying anything like that. You're imagining things. I clenched my fists. I'm not imagining, he said. It's because of what you told him. Kid, he said, voice smooth but cruel. You need to stop twisting my words. I never interfered. Maybe you just didn't follow through. I felt the heat rise in my chest. Don't lie to me. Mother peeked from the kitchen. Wrong? He's lying about the scholarship, I said. He's not lying, my stepdad said quickly. You misunderstood. I was trying to help you see the truth. The truth? I laughed bitterly. You sabotaged me. I didn't sabotage anything, he said, eyes cold. You're taking this way too personally, you told Mr. Grant. I wasn't serious. That's sabotage, I yelled, my voice shaking. Mother flinched. Maybe you should calm down, honey. I am calm, I said, but the tremor in my hands betrayed me. You're being dramatic, he said, stepping closer. You always overreact. Maybe if you weren't so sensitive, you'd handle things better. I swallowed the lump in my throat. You enjoy this, don't you? Enjoy what? He smirked. Seeing you get upset? Make it sound like I'm doing something bad? I'm teaching you to handle life. Life's harsh. You need to toughen up. I'm tired of toughening up for you, I shouted. I'm tired of being your project. Mother's eyes welled up. Stop yelling, both. Of you, I'm not yelling, I said. I'm standing up for myself. You? Stand up? He laughed, cruel. You're still a boy who can't see reality. I stormed out of the kitchen, slamming the door behind me. My room felt small, but it was mine. I collapsed on the bed and pulled out my journal. Dear journal, he sabotaged me. And he made Mom believe I'm the problem. How do I fight someone who twists everything to make me feel crazy? I closed it and stared at the ceiling, trying to breathe. The anger bubbled inside me, but so did something else. Determination. If I survived him, I had to get smarter, stronger, mentally stronger. The next morning, I walked to school, but I couldn't focus. My mind kept replaying every word, every smirk. I knew I had to talk to Mr. Grant. I'm sorry to bother you, sir, I said when I reached his desk. About the scholarship, he looked up, kind but firm. I heard. Your stepdad told me something different. He said you weren't serious about applying. I stared at him. He lied. I see, Mr. Grant said slowly. I'm sorry. I should have clarified. You're very capable, but you need to be careful who you trust with information. I thought I could, I admitted, fists clenching. I thought I could trust him. Trust has to be earned, he said. It seems like you've learned that the hard way, I nodded. Yeah, I guess I have. Don't let this stop you, he continued. There are other opportunities, and I'll help you if you need guidance. Just keep your focus on yourself. Thanks, I muttered, trying to swallow the bitterness. On the bus, I sent Liam a message. Me, he lied. He really lied. Liam, I know. I can't believe he would dot me. I feel crazy, like I'm losing my mind. Liam, you're not crazy. He's just toxic me. Toxic. That's the word. I stared out the window. Toxic. Everything at home was poisonous. I was still breathing it in. But I made a decision. I wouldn't let him control me anymore. Not like this. After school, I met Liam at the UA park. I don't know how to deal with him, I admitted, voice low. He's smart. He twists everything. Exactly why you have to be smarter, Liam said. Don't fight him with anger. Fight him with brains and patience. You'll win eventually. I nodded slowly. Patience, brains. I can do that. That night I wrote again in my journal. Dear journal, I can't trust him. I can't let him influence my life anymore. I have to think ahead, plan silently, survival first, everything else later. One day I'll show him that I'm not weak. One day he'll see the real me. I closed the journal and stared at the dark ceiling. The first crack had formed. World was broken, but maybe, just maybe, I could start building something stronger in its place. I didn't see it coming. You call that cleaning your room? My stepdad barked as soon as I walked in. I thought it was fine, I said, holding the basket of laundry. Thought, you think this is enough? He grabbed a shirt from the pile and waved it like it was poison. Look at this mess. Are you serious? I'm trying, I said, voice low. Trying isn't good enough. You think life will let you try? He shoved the laundry basket aside. Pathetic, Mother appeared in the doorway, biting her lip. Please, calm down. I'm calm, he said sharply. I'm teaching him responsibility, something he clearly doesn't understand. I felt my chest tighten. It's not that bad, I muttered. Not that bad, he laughed, cruel. I've seen toddlers do better. You're a joke. You don't have to say that, I whispered, but my voice shook. Whose side are you on? He demanded, stepping closer. Mine, I blurted. His eyes flickered with something dangerous. Mine? You think you have a side? Mother's hands clenched together. Stop it, please. I felt my stomach twist. I can't keep taking this, I said. I can't. You can, and you will, he said, voice low, venomous. Because there's no one to save you. Not your mother, not anyone. I froze. His words hit like a punch. No one to save me. He meant it. I tried to speak, but the words caught in my throat. Go to your room, Mother, said finally. Her voice was soft, weak. Now I didn't argue. I couldn't. I stormed up the stairs, slammed the door, and leaned against it. Shaking, I pulled out my journal. Dear journal, he's right. Mom won't stop him. Nobody will. And I can't keep living like this. The next day I met Clara, our neighbor. She was watering her plants when I approached. Hey, I said, trying to sound casual. Tobal quotes, hi, sweetie, she said, smiling. You look upset? Everything okay? I hesitated. It's home stuff. But you want to talk? I shook my head. I don't think it'll help. Sometimes just saying it makes a difference, she said gently. I'm scared, I admitted finally. He's always yelling, making me feel small. Mom doesn't stop him. Clara frowned. That sounds difficult. But you're strong, even if you don't feel it. I don't feel strong, I said. I feel trapped. Trapped doesn't mean defeated, she said. You just have to find the cracks. Even small ones. I nodded slowly. Her words sank in. Cracks. I could look for cracks. Later that evening, I called Liam. It's getting worse. He's crossing lines now, not just words. What happened? He asked. He humiliated me in front of Mom, shoved my laundry, called me pathetic, told me there's no one to save me. Liam was silent for a moment. Wow, it's really messed up, I know, I said. Mom, she doesn't stop him. She just lets it happen. You need a plan, he said firmly. Quiet rebellion, small wins. Don't let him see you break. I don't even know where to start, I admitted. Start small, Liam said. Control what you can. Protect your mind. A time, I hung up, pacing my room. Protect my mind. One step at a time. The idea felt heavy, but possible. The next morning, I decided to act quietly. I made my bed perfectly, arranged my desk neatly, didn't react when he barked at the breakfast table. You're trying too hard, he said, suspicious. I'm just doing my best. I replied calmly. Don't lie to me, he snapped. I'm not lying, I said, holding my gaze. Mother looked up, surprised. Good job, honey, she whispered. For the first time, I felt a flicker of control. He scowled, muttering under his breath, but I stayed silent, letting him stew later, I told Liam what I did. I didn't yell back, didn't argue, just stayed calm. I don't know if it matters, but it felt like something. It matters, he said. Every time you control yourself instead of letting him control you, you win. I smiled faintly. It wasn't victory, but it was something. That night, lying in bed, I wrote in my journal, "Dear journal, I started small today. Didn't yell, didn't cry, didn't let him win my emotions. I'm scared, yes, but I see a way. A crack, and I'm going to find more." I stared at the ceiling long after closing my journal. The anger hadn't gone, the fear hadn't gone. But for the first time, I felt, a tiny spark of hope. I whispered to myself, they underestimate me. They always do. But I'm not finished. Not yet. For the first time, I felt the weight of being underestimated and the quiet strength it could ignite. CHP.4. I didn't say anything when I walked into the kitchen. Instead, I poured myself some cereal, listening. "You think you're clever? Hiding your grades from me?" My stepdad barked. "I'm not hiding anything," I said calmly, though my pulse raced. Mother sighed, fingers tight around her mug. "Please, keep it civil." "I'm civil," he said, eyes sharp. "Just tired of all these games." I paused, letting my calm tone hit him. "Games? You mean like manipulating me constantly?" He froze. "Manipulating? That's absurd." Shrugged, maybe. "Or maybe it's exactly what you do." Mother's gaze dropped. Could feel her hesitation, her fear of confrontation. Fine, I didn't need her this time. Later, I met Liam at the park. "I think I can handle him differently," I said, tossing a pebble into the pond. Finally, Liam said, "What's the plan?" "Not loud, not direct," I explained. "Small moves, subtle. Let him see I'm not broken, but he won't notice until it's too late." "That's smart," Liam said, nodding. "Ting. Careful, though. Don't overdo." I won't," I promised. "I want control, not revenge that blows up in my face." After that, I focused on myself. I stayed after school, working on essays, improving my grades. Every correct answer, every completed assignment felt like a tiny rebellion. I shared progress with Liam. "I nailed the chemistry test today," I messaged him. "Nice. That's exactly the kind of quiet win I'm talking about," he replied. On the weekend, I visited my cousin Jamie. "Hey, what's new?" Jamie asked, bouncing a basketball. "Not much," I said casually. "How's school?" "Same old." Jamie said, "Mom said your stepdad's strict. You okay?" I shrugged. "I'm surviving." Jamie laughed. "You always survive." I smiled, but inside I was thinking survival wasn't enough anymore. I wanted leverage, control. That night I overheard him on the phone, his voice low, confidential. "Yes, I'll handle it," he said. "No one can know. If Mom finds out, it's over. Don't worry." My heart pounded. Handle what? No one can know. Morally compromising. I had no proof yet, but I had a thread. I pulled out my journal later, scribbling fast. "Dear journal, he has secrets, something he thinks is untouchable. If I find it, I have leverage. I can't use it recklessly. I need patience. Plan, strategy." The next day at school, I ran into Mia. She smiled, holding a stack of books. "Hey," she said. "You've been in the library a lot lately." "Yeah," I said, trying to keep up with everything. "You're doing great," she said. "I see it. You're smart, focused." Her words hit me differently than Liam's encouragement. She believed it without judgment, without pity. "Thanks," I said. Helps hearing that. We studied together that afternoon. I noticed her insight, how she connected ideas. She didn't know it, but she inspired me. Confidence grew quietly, almost unnoticed. Later, Liam called. "So, any breakthroughs?" "I think I have something," I said. "Careful, stepdad's hiding something big. Could be leverage." "Not sure yet." "Careful," Liam warned. "Just knowing isn't enough. You don't want to get trapped." "I know," I said. "That's why I'm cautious, patient." The evening came, and I practiced small defiance at home. I completed chores early, organized my room without being told. When he snapped about minor mistakes, I smiled faintly. "You're annoying today," he said. "Maybe I'm learning," I replied, calm. Mother glanced up, surprised. "You're standing up?" "I'm trying," I said lightly. I didn't. Explain that it wasn't just trying, it was strategy, patience, careful rebellion. I retreated to my room afterward, jotting in my journal. "Dear journal, small wins today." He reacted, but I didn't break. I learned patience, timing, control. Mia and Liam remind me that I'm not powerless. I'm not just surviving, I'm preparing. One day he'll realize he underestimated me. Stared at the ceiling, thinking about morality. Should I use what I know against him? Expose him? Or let karma take care of it? I didn't know yet. I knew I had the first pieces in place. That night I whispered to myself, I'm not his puppet anymore. I'm not weak. And I won't be caught off guard again. The air felt different somehow, heavier with purpose. I was still scared, still cautious. But beneath it, a new strength began to grow. Not loud, not obvious, but steady. I wrote one last line before sleep. Dear journal, step by step, I'm reclaiming control. One quiet move at a time. One day, everything he thinks is untouchable will be in my hands. And when that day comes, he'll see the real me. I closed the journal, heart beating steadily. I was no longer just surviving. I was planning. I was calculating. I was learning how to be stronger than anyone expected. I didn't rush into it. I waited, watched, and calculated. Every move had a purpose. You're leaving again? My stepdad asked sharply when I grabbed my backpack. Yes, I said calmly. I have a meeting with Mr. Grant. Meeting? Why do you need meetings? He sneered. You're just a kid, making sure I stay on track, I said evenly. For once, I'm handling my responsibilities myself. Mother glanced at me nervously. Honey, be careful, I will, I interrupted. I can handle myself. I left before he could argue further, walking to Mr. Grant's office. He greeted me with a nod. You're looking more confident. I'm learning, I said. I realized I can't let anyone manipulate me. Not him, not anyone. Good, Mr. Grant said. That's exactly the mindset you need. But tell me, what's bothering you? You seem ready for something? I have a plan, I admitted. I need to prove that I can stand on my own, publicly. Mr. Grant raised an eyebrow. Publicly. That's risky. Are you prepared for backlash? I am, I said. I just need guidance. He nodded slowly. All right, then do it carefully. Make your move where it counts. Later that day, I approached one of my stepdad's colleagues, his ally, someone I had seen enabling him before. Hey, I said casually. Can we talk for a second? Sure. What's up? The co-conspirator replied, looking curious. I know about the misrepresentations you've supported, I said softly. I think it's time someone sees the truth. The person's eyes widened. How do you? I've been paying attention, I said, voice steady. I'm not going to accuse recklessly, but people deserve the truth. It's simple, be honest, or I have to make it public. There was a long pause. Finally, they nodded. You're serious? All right, I'll cooperate. Just be careful. I will, I said. Thank you. By evening, I was ready. At dinner. Felt different this time. I didn't flinch, didn't retreat. You think you can just ignore me? He barked when I walked in. I'm not ignoring, I said calmly. I'm doing my part responsibly. Responsibly? He laughed sharp. And bitter? You think following orders makes you independent? I don't need to follow your orders, I said evenly. I'm capable of making my own decisions. Mother's jaw tightened, but she didn't interrupt. I didn't need her to. I've never seen you this bold, he said, leaning closer. Who taught you to talk like that? Taught myself, I replied. I've been learning how to handle life, not let others control me. He froze, then laughed, a little less convincingly than before. Bold, yes, but reckless. Regret it? I don't regret standing up, I said quietly. I regret letting it go on so long. Later, I met with Liam and Mia in the park. I did it, I said, heart pounding. I exposed part of his lies quietly. I didn't attack him directly, but I made the right people aware. Nice work, Liam said. Did it feel satisfying? Yes, I admitted. But also, empty. It's satisfying to see him shaken, but it doesn't erase the past. I still feel tense, angry, sad. That's normal, Mia said softly. You're processing years of control. Patience is part of the power shift. I know. Said I just didn't expect it to feel like this. I thought vengeance would fix everything. Vengeance never fixes anything, Liam said. Control, confidence, independence, that's what changes you. I nodded slowly, realizing he was right. For the first time, I felt both strong and aware of the emotional gaps that still existed. The next morning, my stepdad was off balance. I noticed every glance he gave me sharp, calculating, unsure. For months, he had been the predator, and now he hesitated. You're smiling again, he said, suspicious. I'm happy, I said evenly. Is that a problem? Problem. Maybe, maybe not. He shook his head, muttering under his breath. You think you've won? Won, I said. I've started taking control. That's different. Mother watched quietly. I noticed relief and fear in her eyes. She didn't say anything. She didn't have to. Later, I wrote in my journal. Dear Journal, I've shifted the balance. He's unsettled, questioning his superiority. It's not revenge, it's strategy. I'm learning patience, awareness, control. Vengeance won't heal me, but power over my own life will. I paused, thinking about morality. Should I push further or let things unfold naturally? For now, I decide patience, observation, strength. I called Liam. It's different now. He's unsure, hesitant, but I feel calm, calculated. Good, Liam said. That's how you stay ahead. Not with anger, but with clarity. I feel proud, I admitted, but not complete. I can't erase years of feeling small. Yet, for the first time, I feel capable, in control. That's what counts, Mia said softly. Not perfection, but growth. I looked out my window, the evening sun casting long shadows. He might still be manipulative, sharp, dangerous, but I had a foothold now. I had leverage, strength, and a plan. I whispered to myself, they underestimated me for too long. Not anymore, not ever again. For the first time, I didn't feel like a victim. I felt like a strategist, a survivor. Someone quietly taking power back, a calculated move at a time. I heard voices downstairs before I even got out of bed. You can't do this, my stepdad shouted. I can, and I will, someone else said firmly. I slid open my door, peeking out. Clara and Liam were there, and Mom sat quietly, hands folded. My stepdad's face was red, veins showing. You're exposing me? He yelled. This is private. Not anymore, Clara said calmly. You've been lying and manipulating for too long. People deserve to know the truth. This is outrageous, he stammered, pacing. I didn't, you lied, I said, stepping into the hallway. My voice was calm, measured. You manipulated situations, sabotaged me, and hurt the people around you. It's over. He glared at me, disbelief written all over his face. You can't, Mom. Mother looked away, guilt shadowing her face. I didn't know how to stop it, she whispered. You had chances, I said softly. Every time, and you didn't. That's why this happened. Voice shaking. I didn't mean to save it, I said. Words don't fix actions. You've been exposed, and there's no taking it back. Clara added, your colleagues are aware. Socially, professionally, you're on your own now. You've made your choices clear. He sank into the chair, defeated, muttering under his breath. I didn't think it would get this far. You underestimated me, I said quietly. And everyone else? You thought silence meant weakness? You were wrong. Liam stepped forward. You don't get to control him anymore. Not ever. And seeing this unfold, it's justice. Mother shook her head slowly. I wish I had acted sooner. I wish I had protected him. I nodded, understanding her regret. It's not just you. None of us realized how far it went, but it's over now. My stepdad's hands trembled. I can fix this. I can know, I interrupted. It's done. You can't undo what's been done. You can only face the consequences. The room was quiet for a long moment. His chest rose and fell rapidly, his pride shattered. I felt calm, not victorious in the usual sense, but steady, detached. Later, I returned to my room, felt like reclaiming a part of myself. I picked up the old letter he had used to manipulate me, the one he'd left in my drawer months ago, and my hand shook slightly, but I ripped it into pieces, letting it fall to the floor. Goodbye, I whispered. The paper fluttered to the carpet, a small symbol of my transformation. Mom knocked softly and came in. I'm sorry, she said again. It's okay, I said. I know you tried in your way. You can't change the past, but maybe now you can move forward. She nodded, tears brimming. I hope so. Later, Liam and Clara came by. Everything's finally coming together, Liam said. It's exposed and you've held your ground. I've held my ground, I said, but it doesn't erase the fear or the hurt. I feel stronger, but scarred. Clara smiled softly. That's normal. Healing doesn't erase scars. It makes you resilient. I sat back thinking about the past months, the shouting, the humiliation, the feeling of being trapped. And now, the balance had shifted. I had power over my own life. Not over him, not yet over the past, but over myself. Mother peeked in. Again, do you want to say anything to him? I shook my head. Words won't change him. He won't learn unless he truly wants to. I don't need to confront him. My life isn't about revenge. It's about moving forward. My stepdad's presence in the house felt diminished, hollow, like a shadow that had been burned away. He muttered occasionally to himself, but I didn't respond. I didn't need to. Later that night, I journaled. Dear journal, it's done. He's faced the consequences, exposed for who he truly is. I feel calm, detached, not healed completely, but stronger than I've ever been. I've reclaimed my room, my mind, my life. The letter is gone, the lies are gone, and so is the fear of being powerless. I paused, thinking about the cracks in the past, the moments I doubted myself, the humiliation, the isolation. They're still there, faint, but they no longer define me. I whispered softly. I'm not broken. I survived. I'm stronger. I'm free. Mom knocked one last time before leaving. Sleep well, she said. I will, I said, looking around my room. Every corner felt like mine again. Every shadow a memory of strength, not fear. Outside, the night was quiet. For the first time in months, I felt at peace. Not perfect, not fully healed, but undeniably myself. I realized that the moral justice, the exposure, and the support from Clara and Liam had made the world tilt back into balance. Not vengeance, not punishment, it was truth, and truth was enough. I stood by the window, looking at the stars. I survived him, I whispered. And that's the start of everything. The fear, the anger, the scars, I unlocked the door to my new apartment and paused. The space was small, but it was mine. Finally mine. Feels good, doesn't it? Liam asked, leaning against the doorway, backpack slung casually. It does, I said, dropping my bag. Quiet. Private. No shouting, no shadows. No shadows, Mia added, carrying a small box of books. Just you and your space. I laughed softly. Can't believe it. After everything, this feels surreal. You earned it, Liam said. No one pushed you here but you. That's what matters. Mia smiled. And you're going to make it exactly how you want. I nodded, glancing around. I've been thinking. For months, I thought surviving was enough. But now, I want more. I want to grow, learn, build something solid. That's the spirit, Liam said. Step by step, right? Step by step, I agreed. Later, as I unpacked, I found a picture of myself as a kid. I stared at it, the memories rushing back. The fear, The humiliation, the nights I felt trapped. You okay? Mia asked, noticing my pause. I am, I said. It's just remembering all of it. But it doesn't hurt the same way anymore. I survived, and now I control my life. That's huge, Liam said. You're not just surviving, you're thriving. I smiled faintly. It took losing control to see what I was capable of. All those moments of fear, they taught me. Resilience. Resilience, Mia repeated. That's powerful. You taught me something too, I said, looking at her. You and Liam, that support. It mattered more than I realized. You reminded me I wasn't alone. We'll always be here, Liam said, through everything. The next morning, I walked into my new workplace, a small office where I'd started an internship. I felt calm, capable. The first time I wasn't doubting myself. First day, my supervisor asked, smiling. Yes, I said. And I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to contribute. You're in the right mindset, she said. This is exactly what we need. Later, I met Mia for coffee. How's it feel? She asked. Different, I said. Good different. I feel lighter. Independent. Like the past is behind me, and I get to define who I am now. That's amazing, she said. You worked for it, and now it's yours. We laughed over small talk. No tension, no reminders of fear. It was normal, healthy, easy, safe. I called Liam after. Everything's settling. Apartment work, life feels mine again. It's exactly what you needed, he said. You've come so far. I'm proud of you. I still feel the scars, I admitted. But I don't let them dictate me. They remind me, but they don't control me anymore. That's growth, Liam said. That's strength. Night, I journaled. Dear Journal, I am independent. I have my own space, my own life, my own choices. The past still whispers, but I no longer listen blindly. I'll build, I create, I connect. I'm learning to trust and form healthy relationships. I'm free from the shadows that once defined me. I paused, thinking about love, friendship, and trust. Maybe I'm not ready for everything, but I'm ready for more than survival. I'm ready to embrace life on my terms, Mia texted me. Mia, dinner tonight? Might treat me? Sure, sounds good. I smiled. Even small connections now felt genuine, healthy. I didn't fear manipulation or betrayal. I felt safe, respected, seen. Next week, I started volunteering at a local community center, helping students with tutoring. You're good with them, the coordinator said. They respond to you, I think. I just listen, I said. I remember what it feels. I like to be overlooked. I want them to feel seen. That's rare, she said. You're making a difference. I nodded, thinking of the months spent under my stepdad's control. How invisible I had felt, and how now I could create visibility for others. Later, at home, I called Liam. Today went well. I think I'm actually enjoying it. I knew. You would, he said. You just needed space to breathe and grow. I see it now, I said quietly. The fear, the anger, they shaped me, yes, but they didn't break me. I'm stronger than I realized. Exactly, Liam said. And you'll keep building. That evening, I looked out the window of my apartment. Lights flickered across the city, distant yet close, like possibilities. I whispered softly, I'm free. I survived, I grew, and now I control my life. I can handle the future. Mia knocked lightly. Ready to go? Yeah, I said. Let's go. As we left the apartment, I realized something important. The past still exists, but it no longer defines me. I carry lessons, not chains. I carry strength, not fear. I smiled, taking a deep breath of the cool night air. The city felt vast and full of opportunity. For the first time, I felt capable of more than just surviving. I was living, choosing, growing, and this time, I knew exactly who I was. CHP at 8, I sat on the balcony of my apartment, watching the city lights flicker below. Silence wrapped around me like a blanket I hadn't known I needed. You finally look. At peace, Liam said, leaning on the railing beside me. I think I am, I said. It's been a long journey. A long journey doesn't always end quietly, he said. But I can tell you've grown. You feel different, stronger. I'm stronger, I admitted. I survived him, survived the lies, the fear. I'm not the same person anymore. I don't flinch. I don't doubt myself as much. I choose now everything else is secondary. Mia joined us, holding 2 cups of coffee. You've earned this, she said, handing me one. The calm, the independence. It suits you. Thanks, I said, taking a sip. The warmth seeped through me, grounding me. We sat quietly for a moment, watching the distant traffic, the city alive, yet indifferent. I realized I didn't need drama to validate my life anymore. You ever think about what he must feel now? Liam asked softly. The stepdad, all the pride, the control, it's gone. Sometimes I said, imagine him realizing he underestimated me, but I don't dwell. Karma took care of its part. My job was to reclaim myself, not to punish him. Mia nodded. That's a powerful way to look at it. You didn't let bitterness rule you. I smiled faintly. It's hard sometimes. Old habits linger. But I've learned patience, strategy. I can handle challenges without letting them define me, Mother called from inside. Dinner's ready, she said. I waved. Coming inside, she met me halfway in the hallway. Her eyes were soft, reflective. I've been thinking. I should have acted sooner. I should have. I didn't know how, I said gently. You weren't ready, and that's okay. What matters is now.
Ow!
We're moving forward. Together if you want. Tears glistened in her eyes. I want that. I really do. I reached out, touching her hand lightly. Then let's start fresh. No ghosts from the past dictating today. Dinner was quiet but comfortable. Conversations flowed naturally. No tension, no manipulations, just connection. Afterwards, Liam leaned back, smiling. You've changed. You've grown beyond what anyone expected. I feel it, I said. Not just in how I act, but in how I think. I don't fear betrayal. Anymore, I anticipate. I plan. I act. But not out of anger. Out of clarity, Mia added. You've set boundaries, learned your worth, and you trust people who deserve it. That's growth. I nodded. I see it now. The past shaped me, yes, but it didn't break me. Every insult, every manipulation, every fear, it taught me to value myself, my choices, my strength. William smirked. All the years he underestimated. You must feel good, knowing you're untouchable now. Untouchable isn't the word, I said softly. Empowered is. I'm not invincible, but I control myself. I decide how to react, who to trust, and what matters. That's true freedom. Mia smiled warmly. We'll keep reminding you of it when doubt creeps in. I know, I said. And I won't forget. I've built a support network, people who see me, not just what they can control. I finally understand that I am enough on my own, but better with those who truly care. Later, alone, I journaled one final time. Dear journal, I am stronger than before. I survived manipulation, humiliation, and fear. I am independent, capable, and aware. The scars remain, but they are reminders, not chains. I define myself now, not the shadows of the past. I closed the journal, looking out at the city lights once more. Freedom wasn't loud. It was quiet, steady, and mine. The past couldn't touch me anymore. I whispered softly to myself. I survived. I grew. I am free. And this is just the beginning. The air felt lighter somehow, filled with possibility. I had faced betrayal, reclaimed my life, and discovered my own resilience. No manipulations, no control, no fear, only clarity. Strength in the knowledge that I could face anything. I smiled, thinking of Liam, Mia, and the quiet mentors who had guided me. I wasn't alone anymore. I had chosen my own path, and for the first time, I felt fully, undeniably whole.